Work for it, Europe. Let's go.
Episode 2, right?
Right on, man. How the hell are you?
Good. What's going on with Matt this week?
Too much to do. Too little time.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
Really.
Yeah.
Really too much to do. It's just crazy. It's been absolutely insane. And that's
the other
more
one?
with the business than with DIY Europe, which is also crazy. But I'm just trying to do both at the same time, which is crazy.
And do you get more orders right now because it's getting closer to Christmas, or?
Yeah, I'm getting more consistent orders. So in the beginning it was on and off, but now it's just it keeps going.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
It's always good.
Prepping for the Apollo, of course.
Yeah.
Which is
crazy. Have you tested it out a little more, or how's that going?
I've fired it up a couple of times now.
You got to make a video of it.
It's holding up. I have some video, but not enough for some good content.
Yeah. Oh, to clear that up, I spoke with Brian. It was 1 bar that translates to like 0.96 1 psi, and it translates to like 0.9 bar or something like that. So it's a very low pressure.
Yeah, and then for forge welding is?
And for forge welding, it was like 4 to 5 psi, and I did not translate that one, unfortunately. But still, it's not very much.
No, it's very little.
But that's all relative to the size of the orifice that's the gas is going through. So it's kind of a difficult comparison.
Yeah, I that ribbon burner, man. I think that's the key. I mean, the design, yes, it's awesome, and it's like the swirl is amazing in that thing. But I think the ribbon burner, it's just perfect.
Yeah, definitely. I think they're gonna see a lot more of those coming out now. People copying the idea.
Yeah, of course. But he always tells me when sometimes when I see someone copying his shit, and I send him a message about it, then he's like, lead or follow.
Yeah.
Which is
gotta stay a couple steps ahead.
Lead or follow, man. If they're copying your work, you're doing something good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
How
so
about
I finally got started shipping with GLS. I've been shipping all the Gator piss with GLS, and they've been awesome. It's been like 2-day shipping time. So I sent out the first package already arrived. I did a little Instagram thing. It went out to Knives in Germany, and just every day more arriving at people's houses. So good deal with GLS. I'll try and see if I can cut out the Austrian post altogether.
Yeah,
that would be nice.
Been happy with the Dutch postal service, but I've been getting more fuckery from them.
Yeah. I mean, you spend so much money with them, and then they give you crap like I said on the last episode with the package sizes and stuff. It's ridiculous.
I hate it. I hate it so much. It's such a hassle to deal with that.
Yeah, what else did I do? I finished 20 more file guides. So those are up on the website. So people have been buying those. I got a couple of people buying 2 at a time and stuff. Usually when they're out, they sell out pretty quick. You know what a file guide is, right?
I'm just thinking, why the fuck would you need 2?
I don't know. I think those are for the people that are doing classes, I guess. And if you only have one and there's like 5 people in your class, then everybody's waiting around for the file guide. So
yeah, awesome.
So a lot of people have asked, I don't know why, but maybe it just doesn't translate well to German, but what actually a carbide plate is. So like the carbide plates themselves, they're about like 70 to 80 Rockwell. And you pretty much can't mark them or mar them or cut them without using diamond tools.
Yeah, right. I've tried to cut them down just with the normal disc. You can't even. It's just wrecking the disc. It's awesome stuff.
I think when I first started, my father used to be a CNC programmer, so he had a lot of machining tools and leftover stuff kind of at home. When we retired, I took a bunch with me, and I had some carbide. I wanted to make one myself, and it couldn't cut it with anything, so put it in the vise right up to about where you want it and whack it with the hammer. That's all you can do if you don't have diving tools.
Nope. Yep.
Get it cut roughly.
If you can't fix it with a hammer, it's broken.
Then get a bigger hammer.
Bigger hammer. Okay, man.
So
cool.
I got those finished up, and I finished a few carbide straightening hammers also. So those are like a ball peen hammer with a 10 millimeter carbide ball on the round face. Those are for straightening out warped blades after they've been heat treated. And
Yeah.
those have been selling like crazy too.
Did you up the price?
I did a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, good.
Matt wasn't happy with my prices.
Yeah, well, come on, man. Gotta make some money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta make some money.
Oh, hey, you know what else I did? I think you did, but I'm not sure. I ordered one of those $100 hammers from Brian House.
Yeah, yes. I got one.
Did you get one too?
Yeah.
Those are nice looking hammers.
Yeah. I heard Pickle talking about that he today. I listened to it today on the Work For It podcast. That he wasn't able to buy one on the like if you opened the link from, I think it was through Patreon.
Through Patreon. Yep.
Yeah, and then it just kept fucking around it, opening the chat and stuff. It was terrible. I had the same thing.
Really?
But luckily
for me it worked great. I think maybe at that time there was like a website overload or something.
Maybe I don't know.
Sending people back.
I'm very stoked to I'm not even using a forging hammer at all. I don't need one. I'm not going to use it much, but god damn it, I got one.
I think I probably have 100 of those cross peen hammers in my storage that I saw online too. That they don't look as nice as the one that he had, so I had to get one. The hot stamp on there looks awesome with the hot work hard, good luck.
Yep, love it. Can't wait for it to arrive.
So
did you listen to the podcast?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So how's the bidet feeling? Is it comfortable?
Yeah, I got my cigar, a glass of wine, sitting on my bidet.
Such a fucking American thing
is.
to think that we're all sitting on bidets drinking wine. Jesus Christ.
I've seen them. So at work, I'm a HVAC guy. I do heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, and a little bit of everything, electrical, and some installations and stuff for water and heat. And we've put them in quite a few times. I never tried one before though. I don't know.
I don't know why they think we're all on these things. No, we're not. Is it like Greek people or something? I don't know. I don't even know. I think Arabs use them a lot.
Yeah.
I think, but then again, maybe I'm fucking wrong again. But it's just the same. It's the same. Like we're saying, like all the Americans are just kissing their flag and shooting guns all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Team America, fuck yeah.
That would have been a good intro song for us.
Well, yeah, although we're not Team America.
Well, I am. I mean, kind of.
Oh yeah, reverse Arnie.
That's right. So, we got somebody gonna join us for Shop Talk.
No. Throw him in here.
See if you remember who he was. I think I told you earlier this week.
Yeah, you think I remember?
Well, did you write it down?
Nope.
We're too old. We gotta write shit down to remember
I'm not
everything.
writing anything down. I'll remember when I talk to him. Jesus Christ, a bunch of amateurs. Hey, Mr. Baltic Blades.
Hey. Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the show.
Now you got to do your whole story again.
Oh, it's not a problem. I will cut it short right now.
Okay.
It's like it's a pitch for my website, especially for new makers. Because when I was starting out, I noticed that in Europe, it's so hard to find any materials like where to buy, because in every different country, in Italy, in Poland, in Germany, they speak different languages. They have their own markets, and it's so hard to find anything. Like you don't know the specific words or the keywords, and like if you search on YouTube, you find everything for the goddamn Americans. So
Yeah.
what I did, I put in the work and created a list of handle material distributors, of machine makers, and everything that is useful for makers in general. And you can find it on balticblades.com, and you can go to makers and then suppliers in EU, and you will find everything that you need.
Yeah, I saw
Awesome.
you. He added me to the list. I don't know, a year or two ago, and I can see that on my Shopify account when people are coming from your page. So, thanks for doing that. I see that a lot, that people follow me through your page.
Oh, it's not a problem. I basically created it because
Hold up.
I
I have a question.
yeah, let's go.
Am I on that website?
Not yet. If you ask nicely, maybe we can talk after it, but we'll see, you know. But basically, I created it because I saw a need, and it was a problem that I encountered, and it's
Yeah.
basically about being useful and solving problems and helping everybody out.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's
pretty
what
much
I
why I started my website in the first place when I moved here and got into knife making. I couldn't find anything except for shipping everything over from America, like you said.
But you know the thing is, when you're getting into it, all you do is watch American content. You watch American guys. You watch, because there's the ratio of Americans versus Europeans is so ginormous.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're only watching them watching that, and then once you start looking like locally, you get into this big gap because there seems to be nothing here. That's why I started
yeah.
as well.
Uh,
But then you
and they
find
are-
out there's actually
and they are using like their inches and fractions, and it's like totally different
don't
measurements.
get me started on that.
Yeah. It's so hard and so confusing, and especially if you are a new maker and you want to make something really good, YouTube is like a double-edged sword, I would say, because you need to understand, and it comes with experience, that most of these guys, they are content creators, and they are not like knife makers for a living, and maybe what they do is not to be replicated. And yeah, you need to take it with a grain of salt what you see on YouTube.
Yeah, but that's with everything you see on YouTube.
So you have a YouTube page also, right? You make a lot of videos.
I have one, but it's a little bit dead, I would say. I started it when I started to reduce my workload at my day job, and I thought I would have more time, like, to just document and showcase, because I was really inspired by John Grimsmo, where he like literally documents the problems that he is solving, and you learn so much because he's building a legit business. He's not a YouTuber first; he's a machinist knife maker first, and it's
Yeah.
so interesting. And I wanted to do the same thing, but I don't have the grit, I guess, or the time to just stick to it and just do it. Because if you want to do like weekly uploads, I'm not talking about daily uploads, it still is very taxing on you when you want to tell a coherent story. It takes time, it takes effort,
Takes a lot
like
of time.
everything else. Yeah.
What's your day job?
Oh, my day job currently for the past 3 weeks is knife making.
Oh,
Uh,
so you went full time.
Yeah, and not because
Awesome.
like it was like too many orders and I cannot handle it, but because
Hey, that's
I was
great,
sitting
man.
there.
Yeah.
It's not because of that. It's because of I was tired of wasting my life sitting in a day job at the office that I
Yeah.
don't really enjoy doing it.
Yeah, man,
And
that's
Yeah, and it's like exchanging your 5 days of time to have like 2 days and like a lot of money because I was a software developer. The pay was very good, but you come to a point where you just need to make the jump, do the scary thing. But
Yeah.
if I know again like a lot of makers are listening to this, so I would advise like every knife maker that is full-time advises on YouTube, don't go like head on first into this. Create like a financial pillow where you can like have some you don't have this like ginormous pressure that you need to earn, you need to pay overhead and stuff like that. Like have a pillow that would
6 months.
absorb some stuff. Yeah,
You,
yeah,
you
something
need
like
6
that.
months worth of money on your bank, but like basically 6 months. Like think 6 months ahead. Like if there's no order coming in, there's nothing happening. You need to be able to feed your family if you have any. Pay your rent for 6 months.
And
If you can
like,
do that, then fucking go for it.
yeah, I would highly advise.
You can
Yeah.
still be out there on Instagram. You can be out there on YouTube promoting your stuff, making content, and
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. And for me, it was like reducing my expenditure too,
Yeah,
because
of course.
I am so much more happier. Well, take it with a grain of salt. Like it's only like 3 weeks for me. It's like the
Yeah,
honeymoon
yeah.
period. But uh, it's so much more rewarding working for like into this and like eating instant noodles than working 5 days in a job that I don't really like. I don't feel very passionate, and then I have like 2.5 days of rushing, doing what I love, and never like feeling that I have enough time to accomplish as much as I would like. So yeah, it's like exchange. You need to
Awesome.
value your time.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, so where'd you get the so the idea of your website was to gather all the info you gathered and put it all in one place for new makers to
Um,
find.
It was actually basically to sell my stuff, and
Oh.
like being a web developer, I know like CEO is very important, and then
Mhm.
you come to like a conclusion like I should make a some more pages that are useful, and then you like follow the thought and well, what would be useful for me, and then like basically in Europe we have this shitstorm of different languages and markets, so let's
Yeah.
collect this stuff in one place for people easily to find because before my webpage when you search like these keywords like knife making material distributors in Europe, especially in Europe because you find a lot of in USA.
Try that again.
What?
Try that again.
Yeah, try that again.
I put
And
Europe
what
in the name.
yeah, you need to put it into commas to find it, but still you find only like singular distributors
Yeah.
and not lists.
No.
So I just put in the work and it's free for people to use. I don't take any money or any earnings from it, and like my clientele that buys my knives is not mostly like makers. I build it for people like myself, and
Yeah.
it's like giving back to the community from which I learned a lot because there is no university for knife makers.
Thank God there's no university for it. Awesome story, man.
Yeah, that was some great information.
Yeah.
So starting to go full time. You have like some kind of a standard, like knives that you make repeatedly, like your flagship knives, or what are you into right now?
Oh, well, like the biggest release I just had this week, it was my Angus ETC scalpel. And it was very hard for me because I had it released like 2 years ago, and it was like this like spontaneous design that was very successful. People liked it more than I was expecting it. And when the time passed, I found out like there are some places that could need like a little bit of improvement, like the ergonomics, the edge length, and etc. And it was very hard and very difficult and very eye-opening when you try to create a very similar design that would appeal to the people that like the last version, but also would improve on it. And especially in knives, where like a knife design could be defined with one line that almost rhymes. It's so hard like to change very, very small details, make it better, but make it have the same vibe. So it really opened up my eyes, like when I was very cynical in like movie sequels. Oh, they just need to make a better movie. That's so simple. That's so easy.
No.
And when you are in that place and you feel the pressure and you want to meet the expectations, so it's a very interesting place to be.
Guys that consistently do that, they turn out to be like great, maybe even the greatest. Because if you consistently do that, like sometimes you just see a knife and you know exactly who made it without anything. You can just look at it and you know who made it. If you have that, then you're there, I think.
Yeah. I would say like the last maker's work that I saw and really admired for this feature that you told is Fingal's work.
Oh yeah.
Like the handle contours.
The handles.
Damn. Wow. It is very good.
Yeah.
So this week I released this knife. I put it on my website, created a lot of like Instagram content for Facebook. It was a very big release, and people really liked it. And I sold out all of the units that I had for the initial sale, and the whole week was spent on just working and creating more and more. It's very rewarding. It's very nice to have this nice feedback, because when you are releasing, you don't actually know, is it going to be good?
It's very satisfying when it actually sells out.
Yeah, it's a great EDC knife, nice and compact, and even with the Kydex sheath, a small footprint, you could easily slide it into your pocket or put it in a clip.
That's
great size.
That's the idea. That's the actual idea, because I did not want like to have any scales actually, but I wanted to have like some thickness to the knife without adding more weight. So the paracord that weaves around actually doubles or triples the thickness, which like helps for the ergonomics, but it doesn't add to the weight so much. It's 38 grams, I think, without the sheath. So for Europeans, it's everything clear, and for Americans, you go and convert. It's your problem.
Convert it, you fucking gun-shooting flag huggers.
Yankees.
No, I also have one of your knives, the SFK. So I got it in black polished micarta, and you got some kind of some milling on the handle, which is awesome for the grip. And I think it's N690 Cerakote.
It's actually ATCR V2 and Cerakoted. I chose it because of the added toughness, and the added toughness and reduced count of carbides actually helps with edge stability, so you can have a finer edge. So it's meant for cutting, basically, not chopping, cutting, and it's super easy to sharpen. So
So I see that Keith is also using all his business money on purchasing knives.
Oh yeah, I got a good collection of handmade knives. No, what I really like about that is the Kydex sheath. You have a grommet on the side for like tensioning the Kydex, which also doubles as like a edge protection when you put the knife in. It doesn't like rub up against any eyelets or anything like that. It's a great design, and also the nylon sheath, like the belt loop that you got on there. I hate when you buy a knife and it has what's the name of those clips there? The tech locks.
Multi clips.
And you put the tech lock on, and the handle is like more than half the knife is above your belt loop, and it's like it's a pain to walk around with. It's not really EDC anymore. If you were just going on a hunting trip or something, it's fine, but you can't EDC a knife that's like jabbing you in the side all the time. And I like the ones that hang down a lot lower.
Like the main.
He likes it when he hangs it lower.
I like it when it hangs low. That's right.
Yeah.
The main idea, it's so sad to watch knife reviews and see the reviewers disregard the sheath, and for me the sheath actually makes the knife carryable, and it's very, very important, and it's for it to be like easy to deploy, easy to carry.
Yeah.
And like the sheath itself is such a pain point for me, because I spent like, when I was working part-time, I spent like 3 weeks on just refining the design. I made like 50 samples that were all terrible, not up to par, and not as like how I wanted them to be. And I really felt like I was stuck in one place, you know. And that was the moment that I understood that I really liked knife making, because I persevered through it and created something that I would not create otherwise. It's just because I saw this like picture of what the sheath should function like, and I just went for it, you know. It took a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of headache and heartache, but I'm so happy to hear that you like it.
Yeah. Well, you can see that. You can see that in all your work.
So what kind of grinder are you using?
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Not Broadback. I'm using a Revolution grinder, I would guess.
Do you have a Revolution?
Nah. I have one made by the Pavel from Poland, beltgrinders.pl, not to promote any competitors.
Oh no, I don't. There's no hate towards any other grinder companies.
I have the same one. It's a good grinder.
No, it's not. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So hey, where can we find you?
Oh, you can find me on like all of the socials. It's like Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. It's Baltic Blades. You can find me on Twitter, but I'm suspended there without doing any tweets. So you can find me there, but
They
I
thought
have
you
no
were a
content on
bot,
there.
I think.
Yeah, I would guess so. And also you can find me on TikTok. And TikTok is cringeworthy, but man, does it generate views and traffic to your website. Look,
Does it really?
before leaving, I would like to leave you with like some great value points, especially for the audience. For me, what works on TikTok is like doing answers and questions. Basically, your audience generates you questions, and you as a knife maker just answer them. And I had one blew up today, which generated like 15,000 views and generated traffic to my website. And I think the most successful thing that I could do on there was speaking in my native language, because my country is not that big. We don't have that many knife makers.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I would highly suggest. And also for the people that want to become full-time makers and want to watch this like as a like entrepreneurship endeavor, I would highly recommend 2 things. And it's like one is a bonus thing, and the other one is like obligatory. One is read the E-Myth revised book. It's an amazing read, because most of us knife makers or other makers that work in our small shops, we were employed one time. And we thought, yeah, I could do that better. I could be self-employed. And that book talks about it. And it's so nice and so rewarding. And it gives like a lot of good, nice, and great points how not to burn out and work too much. And the other thing is, find a knife making buddy and have accountability calls like every once a month, every 2 weeks, and just talk about what you want to do, what you want to accomplish. And that would greatly improve your business.
I'll add a third to that. You listen to the motherfucking Work For It Europe podcast every goddamn week.
Every Tuesday, right?
Mm-hmm. Thank you, man. You're a good talker.
All right, Matt. We are moving on to the next skit here. Do you know what it is?
What is the next skit?
Welcome to Wanker of the Week.
I love that one. I love that one.
Nobody had a guess. No, you just spilt the beans. Nobody guessed who it was. I didn't hear anything from anybody.
Oh, did I skip it? You can mute it, right? Or bleep it?
I'll bleep it out. Let's see
Do your
if anybody
freaking
if
magic,
anybody has a guess.
Keith. Do it.
So
Do you have one?
I have one,
Go.
but at
go
first
for it.
I have to ask if everything was all right this week with the dog. Any landmines?
No, nothing. He was a good boy.
Good week.
Yep.
All right, this is probably going to sound a little crazy, like a reoccurring problem with me, but I have my wanker of the week as Shopify.
Ooh.
I'm very happy with Shopify. It's a great platform, but the shipping problems.
Are you
I
kissing
seem
their
to-
ass, or are you calling them the wanker of the week?
They are the wanker of the week, but I have a massive shipping problems all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Shopify has like this really complicated thing, or they don't want to help anybody. They want you to buy apps
Mm-hmm.
to fix problems. So I have 3 shipping boxes, 3 different sizes, small, medium, large. Somebody orders, let's say they order knife bags, the big knife bag that I have, and then they order axe wax with it. They get charged for a small box for the axe wax, and then they get charged for a big box to put
So
the
annoying.
it's so annoying, and you cannot fix it. They don't want to fix it. It's if you like search the internet, it's been a problem since the day they started, and the only answer they have is pay $30 a month for this app. It'll fix it for you.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many
Okay.
customers I've lost because they go to check out for something that costs them $30, and then it
And
costs
then,
$33 for shipping.
Yeah, and then they go to DIY Europe, and then they see that DIY Europe does it by weight and not by box size.
Yeah, I gotta take some tips from you. Yeah,
I've
and
had the same thing, and I'm not gonna fuck around with box size. I'm just not gonna do it.
it's so annoying.
Yeah, it
and
is, and I'm nope.
So there's
can't do it.
there's another one, and you have the same problem. It was with the VAT numbers here in Europe. Every country has a different tax rate. So in Austria, 119, in Germany's 20, and I think you guys are what 21 or something.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh yeah, this is something. So okay, this leaps right into my wanker of the week,
Okay.
and it's basically every American. Because I've heard, I think 3 Americans now on podcasts complaining about American taxes. I don't
What
want
the
to hear anything.
7% they pay? Or
I
whatever it is?
don't want to hear any American complain about taxes. I would invite them to come here and enjoy our taxes. And then go back there, and then they'll never complain again. That's it.
Yeah.
So. But you're, yeah, so that was my wanker of the week. But about
So
yours, that was horrible. You even helped me out in the beginning, right? With
Yeah.
with the ICP thingy.
It gets kind of complicated. So my workaround was like I spent a lot of time on the internet searching around, and I finally came to the conclusion the only way to take the VAT number is that somebody needs to ask me to put it on their account. And then I had to change some code for the shipping address. When they give me the VAT number, I have to put it in as a separate note on that page, and that note is then somehow linked through the coding, and it puts it on the invoice. Because here in Austria or in Europe, if somebody pays with a VAT number, that VAT number needs to be on the invoice.
Yeah, I have an ERP program, like a booking program, that's linked to my Shopify. So every order that gets through,
Yeah.
I can just mark it at ICP. Yeah, we call it ICP. I don't know what it's.
Okay.
It's a 0% VAT thingy, and So then, if they want an invoice, I'll generate the invoice through my booking program and not
Right.
through Shopify.
So, as a normal customer, it doesn't really matter. But anybody who's running a business and has their
Yeah,
own VAT
yeah,
number, they need that
yeah.
on their invoice.
Yeah, yeah. I had a very interesting guy, very interesting guy that I'm thinking about inviting to the show.
Mm-hmm.
It's a guy from Italy that bought or pre-ordered an Apollo Forge, and he's one of the bigger or biggest, or it's a big one. It's a glass blower from Italy,
Okay.
and he gives classes in glass blowing to around 50 people a week.
Wow. Yeah.
So that's insane. 50 people a week are going to use the Apollo Forge, blowing glass. That's an whole I actually have no clue if Brian sold to glass blowers already, but yeah, the guy saw the Apollo Forge on a YouTube video, Brian, and he reached out, and then Brian said, "Go talk to Matt." And he pre-ordered one, and if he enjoys it and if it's working for them, then he said he wants to buy like 6 or 7 more.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I told him, if you order 7, I'm gonna drop them off by car, man. I love Italy, so.
Nice. So was that
Yeah.
your first order through him, or the first pre-order?
No. It was, I think I'm 8 or 9 now,
Mm-hmm.
which makes, I said 10, but maybe I'll go over it. Which is great.
Nice.
It's that's nice for Europe. For American standards, for housemaid standards, that's like terrible, probably. But hey, it's different over here.
Well, that's good if he's making that many. You'll get some people that want to continue or try to do that at home, and maybe you break into some of the glass blower market.
Yeah, he already wanted to talk about that. So, yeah.
So we got WFI Projects is next.
I'm gonna.
So I had a little problem with WFI Projects. I don't know what's going
Everyone
on with
has
that link.
Problems with WFI products all the time.
So I only get about maybe 30 people on WFI, and then if you like click refresh, like the last 2 might change, but I can't find anything. I don't know what's going on with that hashtag there. I talked to Beacon, and he said it works fine for him. So maybe they
I don't know what's
blocked
going
us
on.
in Europe.
I just see my own reels everywhere in there.
Yeah.
But I can.
So I couldn't find anything. So I picked somebody that I have that I follow on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
It's his name is Oliver Tobin on Instagram. It's Tobin Machines.
Oh
I don't-
yeah.
It's
Yes.
a guy out of Austria, of course. He's
Of
making
course.
he's making all kinds of machines in his shop, and like attachments for his grinders. He makes grinders, but the machine I wanted to talk about is his rolling mill that just came out. I mean, it didn't just come out. He's been it's been out for maybe a year or 2 and in a couple of different shops for testing, and now he's doing some pre-orders on it. I think Martin Huber, who was on the last episode, just finally got one.
Yeah, I saw that.
I had the chance last year. I was at a knife making class with Tobias Hangler, and he actually is in the same shop as Oliver Tobin, and it's got the roller mill, so I got to try it out. Amazing machine. The quality is insane. You can take like a 60 millimeter bar down to 3 millimeters in like 3 heats if you know what you're doing. It's crazy.
Right on, man. That's crazy.
and he's got plans to be able to change the rollers out in it, so you wouldn't have a flat roller. You can have a roller that would make a raindrop pattern, just roll it in and out. So you can make all different kinds of Damascus patterns with it. I'm not sure if he's got them out, but he's got it on his website that will be an option.
Awesome. Yeah, I saw it. It seems like a great machine.
Awesome, super quality, and like the best part that I mean, I haven't worked. That's the first time I ever worked with a rolling mill, but I've seen some before, and this one's got like a millimeter scale on the side, so you turn the handle, you know exactly you want 3 millimeter. You can roll it exactly to 3 millimeter. It's amazing machine.
Great. I'm just scrolling through it. I don't know if this is even. It doesn't even have to do anything with the work for projects, I think, but it's Pelican Paste's new project, Shop Hands.
Okay.
Did you see that?
No.
Do you know Pelican Paste?
I do, yeah. That's something you got in your shop, but I'm not sure of the Shop Hands. I haven't heard of that.
No, it's new. He just launched it, I think. I asked him for because I know he's doing these tiny little tins as well. I think I'm gonna get a box to take to Solingen.
Yeah.
We can hand them out there.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
So what is Shop Hands? What is it?
Yeah, it's like let me. I think it's Shop Hands, an all-organic healing salve explicitly designed for the hard-working individual in the shop or outdoors, whether it's your livelihood or your beloved hobby.
Sold. I need that.
Mm-hmm. And I've if you listen to the Work For It podcast, and you can smear that on anything.
So yeah, what?
Oh, never mind. I don't want it. It's 100% vegan.
Oh, yeah.
Why do they always put that there? Now I don't want it anymore.
So I have that problem in the wintertime, working wet grind and dipping knives in the bucket. My hands get screwed up bad, cracked like crazy.
Yeah, it's some fuckery, but it's very manly to have like fucked up hands. So I like it.
Nice. Now it's on to the scary part.
It's I have one question for you. It's not the question yet.
Okay.
But I need to write down your shoe size.
My shoe size? Why?
Mm-hmm.
Is that related to this? Is that related to this?
No.
To this paste you were just talking about?
Nope. This is a different thing. I've committed. I'm gonna need your shoe size, and I'm gonna take some.
Are you whittling out some of those banana shoes for me?
Yeah, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna commit. I need your shoe size. So tell me.
I'm gonna tell you in freedom height, 10.5.
10.5. Thanks. I'm actually writing this down because I'm gonna go to the clog maker that's local here, and I'm gonna have him make some clogs.
Did you ask him if he can get it in like a maple burl or something?
Nope. Nope. No, you're gonna get the classical yellow Dutch ugly thingy.
Oh, they got hardwood floors in there too at the Soling and Knife Shop.
Oh, this is gonna sound great.
Yeah, it's gonna sound like a herd of horses running around.
Yeah, man. Awesome. Mats, would you rather?
Here we go. This is the part. It's if you got any small children at home, you should probably pause this or send them in the other room.
Also, you're a bad parent if you let your children listen to us. So don't do that. Okay, this is not. It's not terrible. Like it's not very gross, but then again, it is. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Go for it.
Would you rather pull your own thumbnail off with a fork? Yeah, do you let that sink in?
Yeah. I have a story about that already, but go ahead for the second
Okay,
part.
pull your own thumbnail off with a fork, or put a toothpick under your big toe and kick the wall.
Oh, no, I'm pulling the thumbnail off. No.
Really?
Yeah, it happens to me a lot at work, fixing air conditioners and heating units. But when you're turning a wrench or something and it's really tight in there, you get your fingernail stuck on something, and I almost ripped about half of my index finger off the other day, and
Nice.
it hurts, right? But that toothpick, that's horrible.
Yeah, it's under your toenail. That's horrible.
I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. I know it already.
Yeah. So,
Just the visual pictures.
100%, you would pull your own
Definitely.
thumbnail off.
I'm
I
pulling
don't
it
mean
off.
like a half like ass. Just rip that thing right off.
No, I'm pulling it right up. But with a fork, it probably wouldn't come off the first try. So you'd have to go in.
I would have like I would if I would have made that question, which I did but didn't. I would have said like yank it off with some pliers.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I would do? I would put a toothpick under my big toe and kick a wall.
It would. You always got to say the other.
No,
opposite of
because the
mine.
chances that toothpick is gonna like snap is ginormous.
Oh, it's going right in there. That's no question.
If it does, it's also very horrible. I don't. Maybe I'm switch. No, I'm. Yeah, I'm sticking with my answer. Toothpick. That one wasn't so bad.
That wasn't as bad as last week.
No, I love this Would You Rather things.
We gotta do the Would You Rather on our guests sometime too.
Yeah, we can. It's our show. We can do anything we want. Anything else you want to talk about?
I think we gotta get a little bit serious here. Change the pace a little.
No, we don't have to do anything.
No.
No, I don't like being told what to do. But yes,
It was
something
ju-
serious. Do you have something
it was-
serious?
It was just a suggestion, though. I do. I wanted to talk a little bit about customer service because I had a slight problem with a customer this week.
Oh,
Yeah, so as a small business, customer service is definitely or should be number one priority. No matter what you got to do, you need to make it right with your customers. It's always easier to sell to somebody that's bought with you than to try and find a new one. So it's all
this is true.
part of the cost of doing business, right?
Yeah.
So there's two of them. I'll say one that happened when I first started that I probably didn't handle correctly. I had started making some T-shirts, and I was collecting the money from the T-shirts to give back to the knife maker community. I was making gift certificates, and I would do a giveaway after I collected a certain amount of money from the T-shirts that I sold. So I had these T-shirts made, and it said, "Support your local knife maker," and then www.knifematerial.at at the bottom, and it was like a hand-drawn thing I had a friend of mine make of somebody at like a blacksmith back in the day at an anvil. And this guy ordered his T-shirt. First time he ever bought anything from me, orders the T-shirt. T-shirt gets delivered, everything's fine, and he writes to me and says, T-shirt showed up, but it says knifematerial.at at the bottom. He's like, "I don't even know who you are. I wanted my name on it." And I'm like, yeah, maybe you should have said something before you ordered it, because there was absolutely no way that you should have thought that his name was just going to magically appear on this T-shirt. And I was like, these are all special orders, and like I explained to him why I'm selling the T-shirts, and he comes back and says, "Yeah, but I have, as a buyer in Europe, I have the right to refuse it, and you need to send it back to me." I went back and forth a few times, and I finally was like, "You know what? Thanks for supporting the life makers. Keep the T-shirt as a shop brag." And I blocked him on my website so he couldn't order it anymore. And
Well, that's kind of dramatic.
yeah, it was probably a little bit dramatic. Like I said, that was in the beginning of my website. But
Emotional young man.
yeah, it got me on a good day, I guess. But this new one I got, I sell steel from Tobias Hangler. So everybody knows he's the guy that started with Apex Ultra, and he's a very well-known and respected knife maker here in Austria and Europe. And he makes Damascus steel and different kinds of laminated steel for me. So I have this new product from him. It's a stainless steel with a Apex Ultra core, and it's tapered from 3 millimeters down to 2 millimeters for the people who are making kitchen knives and want to have the taper without having to deal with risking grinding through the outside stainless jacket. And this guy made a knife and everything. Sent me some pictures. After the heat treat, the edge looked like a piece of bacon. So it came out really, really warped. And anybody who's ever worked with even just regular stainless steel, sometimes it can be a real problem getting warpage in the steel. And even more so when you are working with a laminate steel, you get different temperatures and the two different kinds of steel, and it wants to move
Toughness, different.
each way back and forth. Yeah.
Total fuckery.
So he sent me the pictures and wrote that it was warped, and I talked with Tobias, and Tobias, like I said, great guy, immediately said he would send it to him. He'll heat treat it, make sure that it gets straight again. If not, he would refund him. And that was the first response from me was, send me the steel and so we can check it out. I'll give you a new piece of steel, or you can pick out something different from my website. So customer service would be something that's super important, and I think just from that conversation with him and with Tobias that he will continue to be a customer of mine. So
He was
something
happy.
I think so.
Okay, that's good. Want to know what I think about the first guy?
Tell us.
He can get fucked.
We have to peep that one out, huh?
No, you don't. Don't peep that out. We can say fuck. Oh, man,
All
come
right.
on. This is European style.
So do you got any stories like that about customer service? Do you have any
I
problems?
have
with,
one also in the beginning with a BA Vandersander that I welded up, and that was one of those projects that I just shouldn't even have started on, but I did because I wanted to sell one, and I welded it up for him, and I tested it in my shop, and he, like halfway down the project, he changed a few things that he wanted, and turns out that he wasn't happy with it, and then he started calling all my welds like shit and everything. Then I kind of lost it. I was like, go fuck yourself, man. And then he took it up to, I think he even emailed Beck's, was it Richard Beck?
Beck's Armory. Yeah, Beck's Armory.
From Beck's Armory, and it was a total shit show. And I should have handled that more professional, but it just pissed me off so much.
Did he call you out like on social media, or was that just between
not
the two
even.
of you?
I don't even know if the guy was on social media.
Okay.
I don't know. But anyway, I should have just remained professional and just said like,
Send it back or something.
Send it back or whatever. He was totally like very unreasonable and very, but
Yeah.
On the other hand, like in person, I would have just called him a fucking hassle and moved on. But you just, you can't do that. So that was
have you dealt?
What?
Have you dealt with anything like that at your new company? That must be even more difficult when you
In the new
install
company?
railings and you get people that are really super picky.
Yeah,
and-
sometimes. But me and my companion, we both are like the same in it. So we have like, it's fine. Like business wise, don't get emotional. But you don't have to take like all the shit just because he's a customer.
Right.
You know, don't get yourself in a position that you need that customer so much that you take like verbal abuse or something.
Yeah.
That's like a hard line for me. So, but now I've changed, and sometimes you have. It's the same with missing boxes and stuff,
Yeah.
Do you
That's
know
a
what I'm
tough one.
talking about? Sometimes you
Yeah.
just think, did you really not get that?
Right.
Or but it's not. I can't. I can't risk being wrong in the suspicion, and
Yep.
So I'll just send him a new one and
Send him a new one and then go through
fight with the
insurance, yeah.
insurance
Mm.
garbage. So yeah, customer service, very important.
Very important.
It is very important because piss off one guy and he'll tell another and they'll tell another and
Yeah.
they'll tell another. Oh man, Fader's newsletter is just dropping.
That's always a good read.
But it's also a good look. Did you see his his shop knife, the Tento?
No, I didn't open up the newsletter yet.
No, but I saw he made a reel the other day, and I looked at it. I think I even made a note about it, like discussed this on the podcast. Yeah, it just says here Jeff's reel. It's every once in a while you see a reel that's just so well done. Like apart from the knives that are in it, he makes great knives. Yeah, yip to do. But the reel was so good. It's totally like in harmony. It was magical. It was a magical reel.
I'll have to search for it after the show.
Yeah. Don't look at his glue ups though.
Hey, Hustle and Grind podcast. Do you listen to that?
Yes.
To the Hustle and Grind gave us a shout out, but
Yeah.
they just said Matt Bicker and they were kissing your ass, and they couldn't even remember who I was.
I think they said DIY Europe and some other guy.
The other guy, yeah.
Yeah. It's Keith, you fuckwits. You just need to be more obnoxious. They love it. They
I
love it.
remember that stuff.
Yeah.
You gotta abuse them.
Yeah. They love the abuse. I'm curious about, because Toby was, Fire and Steel, Toby was bitching about that they missed another
Yeah, I almost
episode.
forgot about them.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, oh yeah, Toby's here too. But he blamed it on some technical issues or something.
Yeah, so I've had this ridiculous Patreon name for the last 2 weeks because
Yeah, same.
they wanted. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's all like everyone. Oh man, it's. I'm very curious about this one though, because I saw a post and he said in the post to Brian, like, this is an episode that you want to listen to. So I guess this
We have
one
to wait
is
till Saturday.
this one goes live after Saturday, right?
Yeah.
So-
We're gonna be broadcasting every Tuesday.
Yeah, so we can spill the beans then.
Yeah, go for it.
So we all changed our name to Brian House, which is gonna be funny, very funny. Did you change the picture too?
No, I still have the same picture, but he can still see it because of my email address. He knows who they are.
Okay. But still, it was very funny. I changed my picture too. It's very funny. Very funny. People should just join our Patreon and get nothing at all.
Oh,
No
yeah,
after
that's
show, nothing. You just get a goodie box filled
I
with
wanted to-
goodies.
I wanted to tell you about that.
Oh.
Have you been looking at our Patreon page?
No, you need to tell me, explain to me how that works again, because
Yeah,
you
I'll
did.
send you. I'll send you a link and I'll hold your hand, show you how to do it again. But we got 3 Patreon members.
3 in total
And
now.
We've got 3 altogether. 3 people giving us €1, and according to the statistics, we've had like 100 listeners already for the first episode. So
Oh,
I think that's pretty
nice.
good.
Are we gonna shout out some names? Do you have names of patrons?
yeah, I got Christoph Stiegler, which was actually my WFI projects, the WFI of the week there
Thanks,
on the first
man.
episode. He's from Austria. The other 2 guys, unfortunately, I didn't look it up. I'm not sure where they're from, but I will fix that for the next episode. We got Fagerlund Bladesmith, and this is going to be a tough one. Sven Njord artisan.
Oh, Njord Artisan. He makes amazing, awesome, weird blades.
So you know him.
Yeah, he won the like one of those challenges that Tyrell Knifework does.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
And he had a blade that you like. There's a steel liner in it, and it was like a flexible blade, a flexible sword. And when it clicks together, then it tightens up, and then it's a sword. But when you let it hang, it's more like a whip
like
whip sword,
a chainsword.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
very technical and very awesome. Okay.
Nice. So we got three Patreons. So we only need like another 997 euros to cover the costs we've had so far.
Yeah. Onwards, man.
That's
One
right.
at a time. Hustling. I can't.
Hey,
I
that was
hate it when people say hustling.
That was a awesome episode. It was great talking with Baltic Blades. He had a lot of nice tips. Hopefully everybody enjoys it.
He had a lot of nice tits, and I hope. Oh nope.
And hopefully I don't have any wankers next week, but I'm sure there'll be one.
Yeah, and else we'll just make something up. Or like the wanker of the week. Like wanker is not really. Like it could be anything.
Anything like the landmine. That was pretty good.
Yeah. It didn't happen again. Thank God. Thank God.
Maybe after the show you'll have a surprise at home.
Mm-hmm. Don't think so. I'm looking at the dock right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, from our
That's our-
bidet.
From the bidet, my wine is empty, and I'm gonna smoke the cigar after the show. So,
Very good. Do you smoke cigars?
I have a little round once a year when we play poker for the New Year's with my friends, and we all play outside in my pool house and smoke cigars. So, that's the only time.
Awesome. Nice one, man.
All right, man. We'll see you all next week. Thanks for listening.
Catch you on the flip side.
Bye.
Wankers.